What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're all doing well today. Today I'm excited to bring you my full review of the Northarms Skaha II. I know I'm not saying that right, so just let me know down in the comments what the correct pronunciation for this knife is, and I'll be happy to correct myself. Never have I heard of this brand or this knife, so I am very grateful. Henry, thank you for sending this over and allowing me to check this knife out. I really appreciate it, my brother. Thank you. What we'll be doing today is we're going to go over specifications. We'll go through some size comparisons. I'll give you my thoughts and impressions, and if I have them, any alternative recommendations. So the Skaha II has a 3.3 inch S35 VN blade, 4.45 inch 4.45 inch G10 handles, overall length coming in at 7.75 inches. Claimed weight is 3 ounces. So I will go ahead and grab the scale really quick so we can check to see if it does come in at that 3 ounce mark. So coming in at 3.1, really close. There could be any sort of variance on there that could cause that difference. Next, we'll go ahead and run through some size comparison knives to give you an idea of the size of this knife. I do apologize, the pocket clip is making it a little challenging to get it to lay flat, so hopefully I won't bump it and it'll stay laying flat as I lay the other knives down beside it. First up for size comparisons is going to be the Demco AD 20.5. As you can see, very similar sized knife, and we'll go ahead and bring out the Spyderco Shaman. The Shaman is going to be larger than the Skaha II. I'm just going to call it the Northarms from here out, just in case I'm saying that wrong and you don't have to hear me mispronounce it the entire video. How about that? So really closer in size to the AD 20.5. We'll go ahead and put these two away, and then we'll bring out a couple of other size comparison or size reference knives. First, we'll bring out the Benchmade Bug Out, which again, this is going to be very close in size to the Bug Out. And then we will also bring out the SIG K320 made by Hogue, and you can see that is just larger than the Northarms here on the table. So let me go ahead and move these out of the way, and we'll jump into the last two size comparison knives. First up is going to be the Kubi Royal. This one here is my sub 3 inch budget comparison. It's going to be smaller than the Northarms, and the other budget knife that I love to use for these size comparisons is the sub $30 made in the USA Buck 110. So you can see the Northarms larger than the Kubi, but smaller than the Buck. Let's go ahead and do thickness profile so you can get an idea how thick or thin this knife is. First up, we'll do it against the Kubi Royal, and you can see here with those contoured scales, there could be a difference, but I think that's close enough to call that even. I will bring the Demco back out here with the flat scales, and you'll really be able to tell a difference in the size here. And then what I'll also do is bring the Shaman back out here because that's a thicker knife. And you can see the contoured scales just a tad bit thicker than they are on the Shaman. So thoughts and impressions. This is really, to me, a very simplistic design. It feels like it's ergonomics were the first priority of this knife. The contoured scales remind me of a kitchen knife. Really big handles, lots to grip onto, especially if you're going to be doing a lot of consecutive cutting. That's kind of be rapid repeat cuts. That's what it feels like. It feels like that's the mindset behind this folder, which is not a bad thing, especially if you are doing any of those things. Now, as far as being a kitchen knife, you don't get a lot of contact here because the knuckles are in the way, and then even if you're not, the flipper tab also in the way. So really, kitchen cutting is not what this thing is geared towards, in my opinion, but it does have a really thin slicey profile. Nice tall flat grind, really good jimping on the back of the blade. I wish it would have come out a little bit further. It does have a nice satin finish, and it doesn't hold a lot of fingerprints like talking about it, like they just kind of really wipe away. I'm saying that on camera, and of course now it is not wiping away, but that's because I've been out here in the garage for a little while working on different things, so I probably have some smudgy fingerprints. S35VN on the blade. This is not my blade, so this is again going to be more of an overview. I didn't say that in the beginning, but because it's not mine, I just tested a little bit and it seems like it's got a nice edge on it. It cut through the paper just fine, and I opened like 1 or 2 packages with it, but because it's not mine, I really don't want to run it through the paces. Nice sharpening tool on here. It has a Spyderco style early terminated plunge grind, so you can go straight up and down alongside of that plunge grind on a stone, and you're going to be able to get, you know, quite a few sharpenings on there, and you can add your own sharpening tool if you really wanted to. Action is really nice on here. Flipper tab, it sticks up a little high for my taste, but man, does it work really good, and it fires out nicely. I don't think these knives are available right now, so if you're interested in something like that, I would say a couple things that'll get you close to this are probably going to be, I would say the Kaiser Drop Bear, even though it's a little bit smaller, is going to kind of get you there. And I also think that the CJRB Pyrite are going to get you kind of close to that without as much handle and girth. So they're going to be really good EDC knives. They're going to have a thinner profile, but you're going to have very similar cutting edges on here. Wrong knife. With these 2 alternative recommendations that are very affordable. Just a little bit less here, or is it? Yeah, just a tad less cutting edge on the Drop Bear than you have on the Northarms. But those are going to be some really affordable options. You have one under 50. You have one that'd be right around $100 with my discount code on White Mountain Knives for that Drop Bear. So just a couple of alternative recommendations. One premium budget alternative is going to be the Asher TI Pyro. These are both S35VN blades, so you're getting them for around what I believe was around the same price. This one here I believe was around the $100 mark. This one here also around that $100 mark. This one you can still get a hold of, but it is still a little hard to find these days, but not a bad little EDC. Anyway, that's my overview of the Northarms. Let me know what you thought down in the comment. A little bit of a shorter overview, again, because it's not an in-depth review. Haven't had a whole lot of time with it, and I don't know a ton about the company, but I still wanted to take a look at it because I appreciate that Henry sent this in with the Mannix XL that I picked up off of it. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, consider leaving a like. If you're enjoying the content, consider subscribing if you're not already subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss alerts when future videos drop. I hope all of you have a fantastic week. Until next time, peace.